Something that's important with victims of special victims cases or sexual assault cases is recognizing you should always allow the victim to provide a statement, and you should not look for an angle to see if they're fabricating a story or falsifying information, particularly on that initial interview. Never worry about the time of how they're detailing incidents, time sequences. Expect information to potentially be left out, either by memory, they just forgot it, or omission because they're embarrassed about what happened, not because they are intentionally trying to deceive us, the investigator. Now, will I sit here and say that there are sometimes that does not occur? Yes, that does occur sometimes. But a proper investigation can determine if that's what's going on. And most investigations determine at the end of the investigation that if the case was closed in what the military calls as founded or unfounded, if it's closed unfounded, a majority of those cases closed unfounded was because we, the investigation, or the allegation as made by the victim, failed to meet the required elements of the crime. Not that what they're reporting did not occur. It just did not meet the required elements of the criminal offense that they said or that they reported. That is definitely not a false report in most of these cases. So that's something that's important to know about the two different avenues of how a case can be closed as either baseless or a false report. A majority of CID investigations that are closed, no probable cause, unfounded, are closed under the heading of baseless, which is just saying that the investigation failed to identify or meet the required elements, or the actual report made by the victim failed to meet the elements of the offense. So during the course of this entire process, from the moment that a victim has signed an unrestricted report, or they just choose to cooperate with law enforcement, they themselves make the determination when that cooperation stops. They can terminate their cooperation anytime that they choose, just by notifying us they no longer want to participate. And that is a process that is easy to be done if that's what the victim wishes to occur. And Army CID will facilitate that and assist them in making that happen. What also is a question that comes up, if I decide not to participate now, can I participate later? And the question to that is absolutely. A victim of sex assault can make a report to Army CID at any time. And the criteria that we are looking for is, at the time of the incident, did it occur on a military installation or on an Army installation? Or at the time of the incident, was the offender a subject to the UCMJ? Either one of those two avenues will initiate a CID investigation, and we will do as much work as necessary to get to a decision-making point on that case for the legal attorneys to make their decision whether or not there's probable cause or no probable cause. So at the end of the day, the victim always has the ability to participate. And what I have seen is, over the course of many years, is when a victim comes here to be interviewed, many times they're concerned, scared, and nervous about what's going to happen. But by the time they're finished with this interview process, particularly if it was handled in a way where they felt that they were treated fairly and respectfully, they leave the building in sort of in a more gratitude type of moment where they appreciate the fact they were able to tell the story or about the incident. So that is a positive, and sometimes victims recognize that they don't even expect a prosecution. They just want an avenue to tell someone about what happened that will listen to them. That's our job in the Special Victims Unit, is to actually allow a victim to tell their story about an incident and then document it in an investigation and do our best investigation we can to find the facts of the investigation. That's the sole purpose of what we do.